Welcome to our channel, where we dive into the most impactful and controversial topics in British current affairs. Today, we bring you an issue that should concern us all: the alarming rise in knife crime in London and the unsettling attitude of Mayor Sadiq Khan toward this crisis. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to join our growing community.
The year's only just begun, and already we've seen at least 9 major stabbing incidents on our streets. On the 1st of January, 25-year-old man stabbed on Oxford Street. 5th of January, double stabbing on Kilburn High Road. 6th of January, 18-year-old man stabbed on Prince Imperial Road. 7th of January, we know the tragic murder of Kellyanne Bacassa, stabbed in broad daylight on a bus. Also, 7th of January, reports of stabbing in Mile End. 11th of January, stabbing and 2 shootings in Homerton. 13th of January, father of 2, Gregory Castillo Volquez, stabbed to death in Haringey. And on the 14th of January, stabbing outside City and Islington College and also on Ilford High Road. My team has been working on a budget amendment where we would like to fund almost 1,000 police officers to deliver a targeted knife crime task force. And the way we do this is reduce the cost of your staff budget back to 2016 levels. That would give us the funding to do this. Now, obviously, I can't table that as a budget amendment on my own. I need support from other groups. Would you encourage members of other groups, perhaps your own group in the Labour Party, perhaps the Conservatives, perhaps anybody, to second that amendment so that it can be discussed and debated in full next week at the budget meeting?
As a rule of thumb, I never encourage anyone to work with reform.
That's a clear no. So this is a really important issue, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, the figures quoted in the police and crime plan show that 70% of Londoners rank tackling knife and gun crime as one of their top priorities for London. You talked about cross-party working. I think that's it's a question of priorities. You've shown what your priority is. I'm showing what my priority is. I really, really hope that other members present, perhaps will have a more constructive conversation with me. Thank you.
While London grapples with a rising wave of knife crime, British politics has been hit with another scandal, further tarnishing its reputation. Labour MP Mike Amesbury has admitted in court to assaulting a man during a late-night altercation, an incident caught on video, leaving little room for doubt or misinterpretation. The shocking events have raised questions about the ethical standards of those in positions of power and the integrity expected from public servants. The incident occurred in October of last year, when Amesbury, reportedly under the influence of alcohol, repeatedly struck 45-year-old Paul Fellows in a taxi queue. What began as a seemingly calm exchange quickly escalated into violence. Witnesses and CCTV footage reveal that the two men engaged in a conversation for several minutes without any initial signs of hostility. However, tensions soon flared. Amesbury was heard raising his voice and shouting, before delivering a sudden blow to Fellows' head, knocking him to the ground. What followed was even more alarming. Amesbury pursued Fellows onto the road, striking him at least 5 more times while he lay defenseless on the ground. The footage shows a clear and disturbing image of a public figure acting in a way entirely unbecoming of his role as an elected official. Prosecutor Alison Story detailed the incident in court, describing how Fellows, who had been out drinking that evening, initially approached Amesbury to discuss a local issue, a bridge closure in the town. Their conversation, although tense, appeared civil until Amesbury's demeanour shifted. Story explained that Fellows turned away, attempting to disengage, but Amesbury reinitiated the interaction, leading to the violent outcome. The footage leaves no room for ambiguity. This was an unprovoked assault that could have resulted in far graver consequences. Defense lawyer Richard Darby argued that the assault was a momentary lapse in judgment and that Amesbury believed the conversation had taken on a more sinister tone. Darby suggested that Amesbury's actions were fueled by heightened emotions, possibly exacerbated by prior stressors, including threats made to his office. Nevertheless, the court was unmoved by this rationale, with District Judge Tanveer Ikram placing the case within the category of high culpability. He warned that Amesbury could face a prison sentence, though he acknowledged that the physical injuries inflicted were not severe. The scandal has sent shockwaves through the Labour Party and the political establishment as a whole. Amesbury, a figure once respected for his dedication to public service, has now been stripped of the Labour whip. His political career hangs in the balance, with mounting calls for his resignation. Despite his public apology and expression of regret, many are questioning whether a simple apology suffices in the face of such behaviour. Outside the courtroom, Amesbury addressed reporters briefly, stating, "I won't make any further comments at this stage. I respect the judicial process and deeply regret the incident. My sincerest apologies go out to Mr. Fellows and his family. While his words may convey remorse, they do little to repair the damage done to his reputation or to restore public trust." This incident highlights a broader issue within the political sphere, the erosion of ethical standards and accountability. Politicians are often seen as role models, individuals entrusted with the responsibility of leading by example. When those in power fail to uphold basic principles of decency, it undermines public confidence not only in them as individuals but in the entire system they represent. The Amesbury case has also sparked debate about the pressures faced by politicians and the extent to which these pressures may contribute to lapses in judgment. Some argue that the intense scrutiny and demands of public life can push individuals to their breaking point. However, others contend that holding public office requires a higher level of resilience and self-control, especially when dealing with constituents and navigating challenging situations. Beyond the immediate fallout for Amesbury, this incident has broader implications for the Labour Party. Critics have seized upon the scandal as evidence of a perceived lack of discipline within the party's ranks. Opponents have used the case to question Labour's ability to govern effectively, suggesting that incidents like this reflect a deeper cultural problem within its leadership. For Amesbury himself, the road ahead remains uncertain. His sentencing, scheduled for February, will determine whether he faces a prison term or a high-level community order. Either outcome will likely mark the end of his political career. The court's decision will serve not only as a judgment on Amesbury's actions but as a statement on the standards expected of public officials. The broader question that remains is whether this scandal is indicative of a larger ethical crisis within British politics. In recent years, the public has witnessed a string of controversies involving elected officials, from financial misconduct to inappropriate behaviour. Each new incident chips away at the public's trust in their leaders, raising concerns about the state of political ethics in the UK. As the Amesbury case continues to unfold, it serves as a stark reminder of the importance of accountability and the need for higher standards in public life. The public will be watching closely to see how the justice system responds and whether this case prompts meaningful discussions about ethics and leadership in politics. What do you think? Is this just an isolated incident, or a symptom of a deeper problem within the political establishment? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. A closer look at the growing financial divide between Prince William and Prince Harry reveals a stark contrast in the success of their respective charitable initiatives. Recent figures highlight that Prince William's Earthshot Prize Foundation raised an impressive £23.5 million in its latest annual report, while Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Archewell Foundation managed to bring in just £4.67 million during the same period. This disparity has sparked widespread debate, raising questions about the influence, popularity, and public support enjoyed by the two royal brothers. Earthshot Prize, an environmental initiative spearheaded by Prince William, has consistently garnered significant financial backing, particularly from high-profile donors and organizations in the United States. In fact, its American Friends of the Royal Foundation of the Prince and Princess of Wales more than doubled its contributions from the previous year, increasing from £2.7 million to £6.1 million. This single American contribution alone exceeded the total amount raised by Archewell during the entire reporting period, underscoring the overwhelming success of Earthshot's fundraising strategies. One of the most notable aspects of Earthshot's achievements is its ability to secure long-term commitments from founding partners. These contributions accounted for £14.4 million of its income, signaling strong support for its mission to address environmental challenges on a global scale. Additionally, the initiative has demonstrated steady growth, with donations surging by 68% compared to the previous year. This momentum not only cements Earthshot's position as a leader in charitable endeavours but also elevates Prince William's status as a global advocate for sustainability. On the other hand, Archewell has struggled to achieve the same level of success. Despite doubling its fundraising efforts from £1.5 million to £4.67 million, the foundation's revenue remains a fraction of Earthshot's. Archewell's growth is commendable, particularly considering its relatively recent establishment in 2020 following Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's departure from their roles as senior working royals. However, the foundation's limited financial impact raises questions about its long-term viability and effectiveness in driving meaningful change. Supporters of Archewell argue that the foundation is still in its infancy and needs time to build its reputation and network of donors. They point to the substantial growth in its fundraising efforts as evidence of its potential, emphasizing its commitment to community-based programs and initiatives such as the Parents Network. Archewell has also made notable contributions to charitable causes, allocating £1 million to various projects during the reporting period. Yet, critics argue that these achievements pale in comparison to the scale and reach of Earthshot, which has already established itself as a major player in the world of philanthropy. The financial divide between the two foundations has inevitably fueled speculation about the broader dynamics between Prince William and Prince Harry. Some view this disparity as a reflection of their differing approaches to public life and charity. While Prince William has focused on leveraging his position within the monarchy to build a robust network of institutional support, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have pursued a more independent path, often courting controversy along the way. The Sussexes' decision to step back from royal duties and relocate to the United States marked a significant shift in their public image. While this move allowed them greater freedom to pursue their own initiatives, it also exposed them to heightened scrutiny and criticism. Their high-profile media projects, including the controversial Netflix series and Harry's memoir Spare, have further polarized public opinion, with some praising their candidness and others accusing them of exploiting their royal connections for personal gain. This polarization may have contributed to Archewell's challenges in securing widespread support. Donors and organizations may be hesitant to align themselves with a foundation that has become a lightning rod for criticism. In contrast, Earthshot's clear and focused mission, coupled with Prince William's steadfast commitment to his royal duties, has resonated with a broad audience, enabling it to attract substantial financial backing. The financial gap between the two foundations also highlights broader questions about the influence and relevance of the Sussexes compared to the Prince and Princess of Wales. As heirs to the throne, William and Catherine enjoy a level of institutional support and public trust that Harry and Meghan may find difficult to match. This advantage extends to their charitable endeavors, with Earthshot benefiting from its association with the royal family's enduring legacy of service and philanthropy. However, it would be premature to dismiss Archewell's potential. The foundation has shown resilience and growth in the face of significant challenges, and its focus on community-based initiatives and social impact could resonate with younger and more progressive audiences. Additionally, Harry and Meghan's high-profile status in the United States provides them with unique opportunities to build strategic partnerships and expand their reach. The financial divide between Earthshot and Archewell ultimately reflects the complex interplay of factors shaping the public perceptions of Prince William and Prince Harry. While the brothers share a common heritage, their divergent paths have led to markedly different outcomes in their charitable endeavors. This contrast underscores the broader tensions within the royal family and raises questions about the future of their respective roles in public life. What do you think about this growing financial gap? Is it simply a matter of differing priorities and approaches, or does it reflect deeper divisions within the royal family? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth discussions on British politics, royal affairs, and current events. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Who dit?